Hello! Alright, so today I'm going to be editing on book 1. I already did all of the edits on paper first, so I'm just basically going through and I'm going to be adding in all of my little edits that I've done. And then I'm also going to be writing and adding into chapter 3 and chapter 4 because when I was reading through them, I felt like they were too short because I flipped through and was like, that's it? And I was expecting more in the chapter and there wasn't more. And I was like, readers will probably also do the same. They'll be like, wait, that's it? So I'm going to add some more to those chapters that are important for developing the characters and their mindsets and motives, as well as just other memories that the characters have of each other. So I'm going to be working on that tonight. So if you want to just kind of hang out and also do something productive, or if you just want to ask questions about the book, feel free. I'm going to turn on some music and just start working. So if you have something to do, you can also work as well, or you can just ask questions and I will answer them as I'm able. So I'm really excited though. We're going to be sending it off to an actual editor, which is my best friend's mom. She's kindly offered to edit it for free and she's been editing for years. And so that's literally her job. So I'm very excited for that she was kind enough to offer to do that for me. So once I get this run through of edits done, then I'm going to sit down and read everything out loud. And if everything seems all right, not too clunky or awkward, or I don't catch any more misspellings or anything I missed the first time going through, then I'm going to send it to her probably next week and we'll get that first edit through done. And then I am hoping to be done with chapter 22 on book 2 this week and write a bunch more of the chapters because I have 2 weeks off. And so I'm going to use that time to the best of my ability to finish book 2 if possible and then start on book 3, which is crazy because I'm planning on doing 6 books for this book series. And so if I can go ahead and start on book 3 by the end of, or I guess the beginning of January or so, then that's just really exciting to me. Or mid-January, I guess. But yeah, I'm super thrilled. The process is going along swimmingly. I'm working on drawing a couple of different cover options for the book, and I'm going to let people vote to see which book cover they would like. I'll probably do 3 or 4 options for people to look at and vote. And then I will, sorry, my eyelash is still there. And then I'm going to do like some test print copies just to see what it would look like if I were to get it printed. But we will be actually reaching out to agents to get it published, hopefully mainstream, but we'll see. But yeah, one second. I'm going to pause just so I can know how to pause. I don't know how to pause it actually. Just because the eyelash is still bothering me. I don't think I can get it out without looking in a mirror. Oh well. That's okay. I didn't know how to pause it. That's fine. All right. I'm going to go to the first book. And I made a copy of it to edit on instead of editing on the original document. I just kind of felt like that would be not better, but like just have a comparison, to see how far it comes from the original to the end product, I guess. So that's kind of what I was wanting to do. Let me find the copy. Here's the copy. All right. So I'll put on some music real quick and then I will get going on all the edits and stuff. Ooh, that is the wrong application. change that. Do
everyone, I know it's already past midnight.
Oh my goodness, that is me. Playlist. There we go. Oh, and all the music's gone for some reason. Well, let's see if I can find where I downloaded it. There we go. Haha. Success. There we go. And then I will have my own music up as well. And then I'll keep this over here, so if anyone pops in, I can respond to your questions while I'm editing. Okay, perfect. All right. I'm gonna share the live stream real quick. There we go. Because I know some of my friends said they wanted to pop by. All right. Now for my music. I'm re-listening to the playlist that I listened to the entire time I wrote the first book while I'm editing it, just because I felt like that would be kind of on theme for everything. So I'm very excited. I'm feeling okay. I'm very tired, but I'm doing all right. How are you? You've had a stomach bug for several days? I'm so sorry. That's awful. I'm so sorry. I've had the flu for like so long. I'm better now, but for like a solid 10 days, I did not improve at all. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed church last week because I was so sick, and the week before because I was also sick. So I'm hoping I can go tomorrow. I'll need to text my friend to see if she can give me a ride or if she's willing to give me a ride again to church since I'm still not allowed to drive. Hopefully, I'll get cleared medically to drive when I go to my appointment on the 31st, but we'll see. I know, right? Yeah, it's Advent season. Yeah, it's really fun to go during Advent because I like that they have the different themes each week. And I actually didn't learn about that until last year or the year before. I learned about Advent. I didn't know about it because I don't know, the church I grew up in didn't celebrate it. Oh, I love this song. I'm listening to Lachlan's playlist, and this song is by Alec Benjamin, Let Me Down Slowly. It's such a pretty song. Alec Benjamin has a ton of good songs. Let me down slowly. Yes, Lachlan has a playlist. I have it on YouTube. It's not full of My Chemical Romance. It's got, hold on. It's got a decent mix of, let's see. He has some Christian artists in there too, who have some like hopeful songs about like not giving up. So like Joseph O'Brien, Won't Let Tomorrow, and Holvey, Crack the Tomb, Alec Benjamin, Jet Trouble, he's another Christian artist. Also have AJR, so like Way Less Sad, 21 Pilots. I also have some ones that are just kind of silly, I guess. There's one called Cheap Therapy by Sorry Carly. New Medicine, Die Trying. Rose Betts, My Funeral Song. Imagine Dragons, Believer. John Bellion, All Time Low. Another AJR song, 100 Bad Days. Ryan Mack's version of Overwhelmed. Geo, who's another Christian artist, called Distance. I just have a lot of. Also, Rin. Rin is on there. He's my favorite. He should add a couple of Go Wild songs, like Something from a Day to Remember. I think that'd be nice too. Yeah, I just kind of have picked various songs that I know of and have listened to that I'm like, Lachlan would like these. I also have some that allude to like him being a hero. So there's Strings and Hearts Rescue, Villain. Anyway, I also have a song from Dear Evan Hansen, the anonymous ones, the movie, not the play. I don't think that one's in the play, but I haven't ever seen the play. Sick Boy by Ren. Castle in the Sky by EAJ. And EAJ, he's a Christian himself, and a lot of his songs are just really beautiful and I found him recently and I love him. Hyper Fenton. Let's see. Taller by Ethan C. Davis and Isla Vista Worship. Mother, It's Alright. I think his name's pronounced Jake. JVKE. I think you say it Jake though. And it's her. About Nalia. Also I have some Merino songs in there. So he's good. Good Charlotte has good music for someone who is struggling and wants to be something more. I will write that down and look that up. Yeah, because that's kind of his whole thing is he's trying to get better and trying to improve. He's trying to gain control of his powers. He's trying to adjust back to society after a 3-month stint at the Achelion Institute for Metahuman Wellness. So he's just trying to figure out how to live again and function well. He struggles a lot with the fear of failure, and he really wants to be better, and he feels like he should be better, and that he shouldn't have to reach out to people, but like he needs to, because he's still not like over the hill yet. Also have Shadow by Livingston on there, because Lachlan and his shadow powers. Another Jawbellion. Jack Harris, Sleepy, Insomnia, because he has a hard time sleeping because PTSD. Wow, it disturbs your sleep. So, yeah, we all do that to some level. Yeah, I have a very hard time reaching out when I'm struggling. I don't want to be a burden, and I feel like I'm an adult, so I should be able to handle my stuff, and I can't. And I have Numb Little Bug by M. Bayhold, by M. Bayhold. Then Alec Warren, Eternity, because of his loss of Nico and his parents. Will I Ever is a new EAJ song that just came out 2 weeks ago. The Line by 21 Pilots. Villains Are Born, They're Made. I've got Promises, Waving Through a Window. Sunrise by Forrest Frank, love Forrest Frank. Madeline, Dead. Anxiety, the interlude by Josh A. Afterlife by -25. John Mark Pantana, New Day. Your Friend by Much More. When the Rain Stops by EAJ. Forrest Frank Always. Cami Kehoe, La La Land. Billie Eilish, Bury a Friend, because again, his loss of Nico. Grace Power, The Kill, which talks a lot about of how you are trying to get better after everything. Mess It Up by Gio. All For You by Gio. Alec Benjamin, If I Killed Someone For You. Little Girl Gone by Chinchilla, just because of his rivalry with Professor Ross. But yeah. Always had the mindset of grit your teeth and get out of bed, but that only takes you so far. I agree with Villains Are Made. I've only heard a couple of songs from Billie Eilish, but I like them. Yeah, she has really just a beautiful, airy quality to her voice that's just very calming and can be eerie at times too. And it's just, I really like it. It's like, etherealness was encapsulated in someone's voice. That's kind of how Billie Eilish sounds to me. But yeah, Lachlan, he goes through a lot in this book, and even in book 2, because in book 2 he has to kind of face his past a little bit more, because he had recently turned 18. Book 3 starts about 3-4 months after he had turned 18. And since he was institutionalized for 3 months, he did not get a chance to look over the things that he had inherited from his parents who had passed away when he was 12. And so in book 2, him and Celine, and the book 2 has Celine's point of view, he goes and actually starts to kind of face a lot of his past. And their pasts are a lot more intertangled than they realized. So, which characters are sort of self-insert? I think quite a few of them. I kind of add parts of myself into all of them. Lachlan for sure. And then also in book 2, Nemo. I love Nemo. Granted, they're a lot more outgoing than I am, and funnier and tease more than I do. But a lot of the things that they struggle with and hide struggling with, I identify with a lot. So I think they're fun. But yeah, definitely Lachlan, 100% Lachlan. I actually started writing the book because I was struggling so bad last year, because it was the 1-year anniversary of one of my friends leaving the earth of their own volition, and I had put a band-aid on it by going to counseling for 12 weeks after it had happened, and then was I'm not touching this again. And then so around the year anniversary, I completely fell apart. So this book helped me survive the year, and I really appreciate it. So he's just got a lot of dealing with grief that he goes on through this. That's what your art does for me. Yeah. I drew a lot too, just trying to cope the best that I could and not slip up and stuff. And so I also feel I don't know, Lachlan is just, he means so much to me. He really does. I love him so much. And I just want to hug him and be it's going to be okay. You have no idea what the future holds. It's going to be so much better than you could have ever imagined. So he's very special to me. I could tell from the way you talk about him. Yeah. He's my baby. He really is. And he has a great group of friends. Because I also now have a great group of friends, and so I wanted to give him a great group of friends that really love and support him and stayed with him after what happened, because he needs them, and granted, Astrid is still mad at him for what happened, but she doesn't act on it in front of him that she's mad at him for what he did in May. But she, whenever it's just her and Nalia and Celine, she will be well, I'm still mad at him for what he did. Because things like that impact everyone differently, and they react differently to it. So, Celine was, all of them were really sad and upset, but Hamish and Quinn really took on the, hey, we need to check on him a lot more, and if he needs us to stay the night with him and stuff, let's do that. We can take turns and whatnot. But he's got a really sweet friend group. Emilio, anytime Lachlan can't sleep, he's hey, let's go get late night waffles together and we can just talk about whatever you want to talk about. And so they have a very special relationship because they spend a lot of time together, and it's just really sweet because people are more vulnerable at night. They tend to open up a little bit more. Their conversations and a little bit down. I mean, it's just a lot about Lachlan that other people in the friend groups might not know. But yeah, and he's really sweet. He always tries to take care of everybody, even if that means he's neglecting himself. That's when the heart thought come. Yeah. And so, like, Amelia's really helped him through a lot of nights. I've got a few people I can text or call at night when that happens. Yeah. I do too. I have just such a hard time reaching out. I really need to get better about that, but I don't know. I should be able to handle it. And then so I just, don't. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that, messaging us to check in. Yeah, so I have a very hard time in the fall because I have two of my friends' anniversaries are in November 11th and November 26th. And so just kind of October, November, and December just kind of are very heavy time, if that makes sense. Because I'm not the best at managing grief, but I think it's also the type of grief. Like for one of my friends who I lost when he was hit by a truck pulling a trailer, that grief was hard, but it wasn't as hard as the friends who made the decision to no longer be on the earth. Because you're always told it can be prevented, it's preventable. But in attending my little groups on Tuesdays, I realized like literally nobody knew. Every single person that I've met in that group, no one had any idea that was going to happen. And my mom, I was talking with her, and she said that my dad, who worked in law enforcement for many years, whenever he would show up to a scene like that, if a person's going to do something like that, a lot of time they don't reach out and they don't tell anyone because they don't want people to know what they're going to do. So it's just one of those things where it's hard because it's so sudden and you feel like you could have done something. So there's just a lot of guilt with that grief. Lost 6 in car accidents and 2 or 3 to self-inflicting. So no 2 or 3 alone about the subject. Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. So, and that's how Lachlan lost Nico. Because I needed to put that somewhere and have someone also experience that type of grief. But we're still here. Yeah. So I'm grateful. And we can honor them and the things that we do. So. A lot of my edits on this are just fixing dialogue from Hamish. Because he is Scottish, and so I wanted to reflect that in how he speaks when I write his dialogue. But I decided to emphasize it more heavily later on, and so I was like, okay, I need to go back and add that in there. How much do I have to edit? So I went through the entire this. It's 372 pages, but I have to add on to chapter 3 and 4 because they're like 5 pages long. And when I read them, I flipped it over. I was like, wait, that's it? That's all that's in the page? And I checked. I was like, oh yeah, that is. So I am going to add more onto those. So I'm thinking probably by the end of it, it's going to be about 390. But we'll see. Yeah. Oh Lord. Yeah. This is book 1. Book 2 right now is at, let me see. I haven't even started editing that book, and then I'll be done. Warning. Uh-oh, my connection. Oh. I think it disconnected for a split second, but I think it's back. But yeah, so I have 372 pages, but I have all the edits written down in here. Okay, but it's back. Cool. Yeah, I have 372 pages to edit. Going to be writing more on chapters 3 and 4 to flesh those out a little bit more, show more motives for the characters and their mindsets and stuff like that. And then I'm going to put all those in here. It'll probably be about 390 pages that I'm going to read through out loud and then send it off to an actual editor. My best friend Mom, who's a professional editor, she's going to go through and edit things and make comments and suggestions and stuff, and then I can fix it based off of that. And then we're going to send it out and try and get an agent to hopefully get it into mainstream publishing. She said because it is going to be a series that I probably have a better chance at getting it actually published, since I'm planning on having 6 books. I'm thinking I will probably be already on book 3 by the time all of the first edits are done for book 1, because I'm working on book 2. I'm hoping to finish that by the end of Christmas break. I really would like to finish book 2. That's kind of my goal I have in mind. I'm on chapter 22 right now out of 32. I think it's manageable, honestly, with how much I write. So I'm very excited for it. I wrote a lot over NaNoWriMo, and so I'm going to be writing a lot for this month as well, whenever I have time. Intruding. Yeah, I'm fixing some of the tenses that I messed up the first time also. But it's easy because I went through already and I edited everything. I just have to put it into the document now. Okay. I love Hamish. Hamish is my favorite character. He's so precious, and I love him so much. He's also kind of a self-insert in a way. He is living the life I wish I could live. I adore him so much, and he's a jokester. Hamish is the extrovert. He is hilarious, and he is constantly playing pranks on people and sneaking up on people and causing chaos and mischief wherever he goes. He's fantastic. He's the comedic best friend. He's the comedic relief. And so pretty much any time he's on the page, I'm laughing. He's so funny. But he also has the ability to be grounded and calm. We see that later on in the book, when him and just Lachlan, just the 2 of them are interacting together. We see him he can be serious when he needs to be, and tender and kind and caring, and not rely on jokes as a crutch all the time. But most of the time he does. And Hamish and Emilio are hilarious in how they interact with each other. Like they shamelessly flirt with each other, much to Astrid's dismay and reluctant acceptance. They've got a bromance going on, and it cracks me up. And Hamish also, he gave romance or bromance. So, to answer that kind of vague, well, so Amelia and Astrid, they're dating. And Amelia and Astrid, like during the summertime, Astrid went to Spain for like 2 months or so with her twin brother Quinn. Their family went on a vacation to Spain. And so the both of them, like, they talked about it and they're like, well, we want to like open up the relationship for the summer so like we can have little summer flings and stuff while we're both separated by distance. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. So they're kind of polyamorous in a way. So Amelia and Hamish did have a little thing during the summer, but when school starts, they stop that because Hamish starts liking this one girl named Mira who's deaf, and so they kind of stop messing around and stuff, but they still flirt shamelessly with each other. So they still have a bromance, even though they're a little. It's messy. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background, but it's all like above board, and they're all like fine with it. Lachlan has no idea any of that stuff happened because he wasn't around during the summer. But yeah, so they do a couple of things that Nalia, since she's not been a part of the friend group, she's kind of like, that's a little too close for friends. So she kind of catches on to some of that, but everyone else is like, oh, that's just how they act around each other. But like I said, Hamish starts pursuing Mira in the... Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. But yeah, and so like Hamish starts learning sign language and stuff to be able to communicate with her, which in book 3, that's going to come up a lot. It's my own personal soapbox, being someone who is immersed in the deaf community. I really want to show a lot of the things that most people don't realize goes on. For example, parents not learning sign language to communicate with their kids. That's my personal soapbox, and I could go on about that for hours. But I won't right now. But yeah, I'm going to show that in book 3 in Hamish's chapters because he's going to go meet Mira's parents. And at school, Mira does not wear her cochlears. She signs only. But at home, they expect her to wear her cochlears and voice because her parents don't know sign language. So he's going to get to hear her voice for the first time, as well as see how much she misses in conversation with her parents. and also her parents kind of getting upset because he's trying to interpret what they're saying to her. And they're just like, stop that. She knows what we're saying. You don't need to do that. I have a lot of very intense feelings about that. But it's the reality for about 90% of deaf kids. Are there going to be different types of signing, like standard, heroic, and villain signing? So there, since it kind of takes place in like not on our Earth, but I guess like another version of Earth, or another dimension or timeline or whatnot, since heroes and villains coexist and are regulated by the government, they just sign what they sign like in that continent. She uses ASL, so, and her friends do too. But I do have, and you meet them in book 2. You get to meet Mira's 2 friends, which is Lorelai and Darius. And Darius, he can voice and sign, but he prefers to sign. But he also grew up with his parents wanting him to speak and listen. Lorelai doesn't speak at all. She's profoundly deaf and doesn't have any devices to amplify her hearing. So she's beautiful. I love her. Oh, I'm so excited to write about them. There's so much I got to figure out about those 2 characters that I'm just I got goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Oh, I love coming up with characters' backstories and their reasons behind doing stuff and even their powers. So I already know Darius's powers, but I can't say that because it spoils stuff. But yeah, I love Darius and Lorelai. They're great. They're great friends too. I'm thinking for Lorelai, I don't know yet actually, but yeah, I'm still thinking about what her powers could be. I have a few ideas in my brain, but I'll kind of roll them around and see which I like best. Whoops. My bad. Let's see. Have you finalized emblems for each academy? Hi, best friend. It's going good. I love you. I have finalized the Siragos Villain Academy emblem, but I do need to finish I need to finish Crestmore Academy because that one's the feeder academy that feeder. Yeah, that's right. The academy that they graduate from and go into Siragos and